With the Anna Hazare movement growing in strength over the weekend, the support curve in Chennai is also growing. Junior Chidambaram says that the sit-in movement could prove dangerous and Parliament paramount, while the left says that the act can only fight the real issue. MDMK chief Vaiko says he will press for the commuting of the death sentence of the 3 convicted in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. The 3 daughters of a policeman turned killers, police investigation revealed that they were behind their father and their stepmother's death. Money lenders are warned from collecting exorbitant interest. Special teams keep a close watch at the busy market areas in the city. A massive loot of 5 kilograms of gold goes missing from a jewellery store in Vellore. Police suspect 2 missing persons from a nearby hostel. And will the rails of the proposed Chennai Metro Rail trample over the 170-year-old Pachappa College grounds? Students voiced their anger. Good evening. You've tuned into the Primetime Bulletin that brings you up to speed with the day's headlines, the state's news buzz and your city's pulse. Let's also bring you the national headlines we're tracking at 8 p.m. The Prime Minister says he's committed to a strong Lokpal but admits that the legislative process takes time. Team Anna sets a new deadline of Tuesday, but is it feasible? Congress party says they need consultations. Aruna Roy, Harsh Mandir say Team Anna's words are dangerous and don't represent the civil society. An NDTV exclusive: instead of judges appointing judges, a proposed new law provides for an eminent panel to take up the task. A 9% growth rate can be achieved if difficult decisions are taken, says the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. And England eye another 700-plus score on day 2. Sunil Gavaskar blames India for the mess. Our top story this evening: the government and the Congress today spoke out in one voice against Team Anna, slamming them for criticizing the Parliamentary Standing Committee that is studying the Lokpal bill. After speaking in different voices over the government's handling of Anna's arrest and sending him to the Tihar jail, both the party and the government have said Team Anna can be held guilty of violating parliamentary privilege. Top Anna aide Arvind Kejriwal has been very critical of the government and the political class. And as the weekend drew, this anti-graft movement has gathered momentum, with numbers growing by the minute here in Chennai as well. In fact, a candlelight vigil, what we saw a couple of days back, was seen yet again this evening. And with the Jan Lokpal movement still growing strong here in the city, more than 7,000 people have pledged their support to Anna Hazare and the Jan Lokpal bill. Meanwhile, a dumbstruck Congress party has called this mass movement a dangerous trend and says that they cannot think the government could be blackmailed through this.
I know there is a lot of angst for middle class people against politics. This is not only in India. All over the world, middle class people have a great disdain for politics. If you go to America, you will find the Tea Party movement, which is completely opposed to both the Democratic and the Republican Party. You go to London today and you saw young people rioting. Again, they have great angst in society. That angst is there even in India. But to capitalize on this angst and to blackmail the government and to blackmail the parliamentary system and to say that you want to do away with this is completely unacceptable, and we must see through this dangerous game played by Anna Hazare's supporters. The self-appointed the mandarins of Anna Hazare don't represent all of India. They cannot damn parliament, they cannot damn the political system, they cannot damn political personalities. You can't have a democracy without political parties, elections and members of political parties. So people of India must sit back and ponder. I understand their angst. I understand their anguish about the issues of corruption here. But the answer is to go through procedure and not to bypass procedure.
Well, speaking at Tirupur, Thapandian has agreed to an act in this issue that will alone solve the cancerous corruption in our nation. Now, MDMK leader Vaiko today has pledged his support to the 22nd of August public meeting convened by a movement that's spearheading a campaign to save the lives of 3 Rajiv Gandhi assassination convicts facing a death row. In a statement, he has said that the meeting would be held and appeal to all of the like-minded political party leaders and human rights organizations to join the campaign to protest against the death sentence of Perarivalan, Shantan and Murugan. He said that on the 26th of August, a human chain comprising farmers, government employees and students would also be formed in all of the district headquarters in support of this very campaign. In a very gruesome incident, a lady sub-inspector was found murdered in her house this morning. On investigations, it was revealed, though, that the sub-inspector's 3 daughters were behind the murder. The daughters, one of whom is even married and the other is a college student, had killed their stepmother. Now, while the Chennai Metro Rail is contemplating the demolition of many more structures coming in its way, the 170-year-old Pachipa College campus is an unfortunate span that could be encroached upon. In fact, according to the proposal, a station is expected to come up at the campus itself, and that will trample across 3.5 acres of their land. This would also mean the destruction of over 120 trees, that's over 150 years within that campus. Over 76 teachers and close to 5,000 students have been protesting against this drive that would encroach and destroy portions of their campus space today.
ரயில் திட்டத்தினை நாங்கள் எதிர்க்கவில்லை. எங்கள் வளாகத்தில் மெட்ரோ ரயில் நிலையம் வருவதை எதிர்க்கிறோம். ஏன் எதிர்க்கிறோம் என்றால் இந்த கல்லூரி 6000 ஏழை மாணவர்கள் படிக்கின்ற கல்லூரி. மெட்ரோ ரயில் நிலையம் வருவதனால் அவர்களுடைய கல்வி சூழல் பாதிக்கப்படும். 1. 2, இந்த கல்லூரி வரலாற்று சின்னமாக அங்கீகரிக்கப்பட்ட தொன்மையான கல்லூரி. அந்த வகையிலும் பாதுகாக்கப்பட வேண்டிய கல்லூரியை இடிப்பதற்கு அனுமதிக்க மாட்டோம். 3, இங்க இருக்கிற மரங்கள் எல்லாம் 300-400 வகையான தாவர இனங்களை கொண்ட அரிய மூலிகை பண்ணை இது. அந்த அமெரிக்காவிலிருந்து எல்லாம் இங்க வந்து ஆராய்ச்சிக்காக இங்க வர்றாங்க. அப்படிப்பட்ட இந்த மரங்களை அழிப்பதால் இந்த பகுதியினுடைய சுற்றுச்சூழல் மாசுபடும். இங்க இருக்கிற மக்களுடைய உடல்நலம் கெடும், சுகாதார கேடுகள் உண்டாகும், ஒழுங்காக சுவாசிப்பதற்கு காற்று இருக்காது. இதெல்லாம் வந்து முக்கியமான காரணங்கள். இதற்காக எங்கள் கல்லூரியில மெட்ரோ ரயில் நிலையத்தை நாங்கள் எதிர்க்கிறோம்.
Moving on, the city police have warned that severe action will be taken against moneylenders who collect exorbitant interest. In fact, special teams that have been formed under the respective Deputy Commissioner of Police are patrolling marked areas to take stock of money lending businesses. Recently, the city police arrested 8 such moneylenders and have lodged them at the Pural prison. The police urged the victims to come forward and even lodge their complaints. Similarly, land grabbing complaints and chain snatching have been taken seriously. In fact, in the 1 month gone by, the city police have arrested 22 people on land grabbing charges, out of which 4 include the DMK ex-MLA Ranganathan, who've been detained under the Gundas Act.
கந்துவட்டி கம்ப்ளைண்ட் எங்கெங்க வருதோ நடவடிக்கை எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கோம். கம்ப்ளைண்ட் வரும். இப்போ வந்து கமிஷனர் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்பெஷல் டீம் போட்டு நம்மளை பார்க்க சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. நீங்கள் சொல்கிற கோயம்பேடு இந்த மார்க்கெட் ஏரியாஸில் முக்கியமாக காய்கறி வியாபாரிகள்கிட்ட தான் இந்த பிரச்சனைகள் இருக்குன்னு, அதுலேயும் நாங்களாம் ஆன ஒரு ஓன் ப்ரோஆக்டிவாக பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்கோம். அது எங்களுக்கு தெரிய வரும்போது கண்டிப்பாக ஆக்ஷன் எடுப்போம்.
In a mysterious case of theft from the district of Vellore, 5 kilograms of gold have been robbed from a jewelry store. But 2 people who are believed to be missing from a hostel nearby are suspected to be behind that act. This comes at a time when the precious yellow metal has gone up to a record high of 28,250 rupees per 10 grams. Back to news from the city. The Madras School of Social Work have in fact launched their annual Human Resources Culturals called the Altius. The event draws participation from students from across 40 colleges from even here in Chennai and even in the Trichy district. This will in fact entail competitions that would test their wit, spontaneity, creativity and even check some of their stress management skills.
Our guest speaker, Priya, to introduce Mr. Sanjay Pinto.
When we come back, not everyone is voicing Anna Hazare's cry. The civil society, at least some of it, appears divided on the issue.